At CQ University, we want to change the world for the better, and everyone's getting on board. Hi, I'm Ashley Clarke and I work for CQUni's Office of Social Innovation. I've built a career supporting people to make a difference in their careers and their communities.
And I'm Danyal Lakzian. I'm a CQUni student from Iran. I'm studying to become a programmer, and I'm passionate about a future that is better for all of us. And since I started my studies, I realized that CQUni is here to help us on our changemaker journey. And that includes students, staff members, alumni, and even people in our community.
So let's start where everybody at CQUni can start. Are you ready to iChange?
Welcome to iChange at CQ University. CQUni wants to empower its staff and students and all of our communities to embrace social innovation and make a sustained, positive difference to their world.
It is about making lives better for people.
There are a lot of world leaders lacking moral and ethical leadership, so it's up to us to create change.
I've been trying to find ways to learn how to do good better.
It's all about you, about us and the students.
Artificial intelligence and use of technology.
We're using the latest 3D technology so that we can see, can the wheelchair move through it?
How should we ensure we don't forget the great social innovations developed by our first people?
Seeing young Indigenous people getting out of their shell, deadly.
And have them realise what their potential is.
If young people can see this kind of growth happening in their own community, it will allow them to be able to say, I do want to go to university.
What are the things that are affecting us all globally and what impact do they have on us locally?
I realised that if our lives were just about accumulating wealth, then it's pretty meaningless.
I actually want the world to be better than it is.
When it comes to changing the world, it's handy to know where to start. Let's go!
Let's go!
Wow! CQUni launched iChange in 2018, and so many students and staff have already started their changemaker journey with the free program. It's just one of the many ways CQUni builds the capacity of students and staff to create positive social change. Stay tuned for lots more.
But first, what does social innovation look like? Well, no two projects are the same, but they all strive to have a big impact. Let's meet some changemakers from across the CQUni community. These are just some of our inspiring community partners who are making a difference in their own way.
Today, we are here with Stephanie Willard, who is founder and CEO of 7 Women.
I was walking down a back street one day in Kathmandu and saw a very disabled woman walking ahead of me, and I followed her to see what the tin shed was that she was walking over to, and I met 7 disabled women. They were living in the tin shed because they were physically disabled, and there's a stigma in Nepal against disabled people. I heard the women's stories and I had a tiny bit of money left, and we paid 2 Nepalese trainers to come and train the women in a skill of knitting, because we had to think what raw materials are readily available that the women can access again after I go back to Australia, and there's a lot of wool, as you know, in Kathmandu. So they learnt to make the initial products and I brought them back to Australia and sold them, and that's how we kick-started 7 Women and funded building them a proper place to live and work.
What do you think social innovation had impact on your project there?
So for me, I saw huge potential in the women and huge ability. Yes, they were physically disabled, but they could use their hands and they had their brain, they could learn. So that's why we brought in trainers to come and train them in a skill, and they started making products that we could sell to the local market. But the innovation comes from being presented with a problem and brainstorming ways of how we can pull resources together to create something out of that, and we ended up creating a manufacturing enterprise.
Why social innovation is really important and what social innovation means to you?
Social innovation and social entrepreneurship is extremely important in today's world because there are a lot of world leaders who are lacking moral and ethical leadership. So it's up to us, the civil society and people on the ground, to create change. I've travelled to over 15 countries this year sharing the story of 7 Women, and everywhere I go, Bahrain, America, Europe, young people are wanting to create change and young people are wanting to get involved in social entrepreneurship to create change in society. And what better way to do that than through enterprise and business?
AIM has changed my life by giving me the confidence to be me and be happy with myself.
I was that Indigenous kid that was shy of getting up and talking in front of everyone.
I joined AIM in the hope that this program could be available for my children when they get older.
AIM changed my life in opening up to a lot of the Indigenous issues in the area.
Made me feel stronger as a Indigenous person, seeing young Indigenous people getting out of their shell and, you know, just seeing the world, and yeah, just it's deadly.
We are here with mentors from AIM, and I would like to start our conversation by asking you, what is actually AIM and what does it do?
AIM stands for the Australian Indigenous Mentoring Experience. We are a mentoring program that partners university mentors like ourselves, as well as mentees from local areas close to the university. So we try to bridge the gap in education and really end that inequality.
AIM started in 2006 down in Redfern in Sydney. Since then, I think they went from 25 students and 6 mentors up to over 25,000 mentees, and we're sitting at about the 2,500 mentors mark.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
What motivated you guys to volunteer, and what do you think volunteering is really important?
Volunteering is very important because you get that human interaction and you actually learn a lot of important skills as well as about other cultures and other ways of life. And that's part of the reason why I signed up to be a mentor a few years ago, because I really wanted to learn about a culture that is so important to Australia. I've loved it ever since I joined in.
Another really important part of mentoring is opening up perspectives, opening up new windows that were never seen beforehand. So a lot of the students who we work with in the local schools are things like university, things like employment or traineeships are things that they wouldn't have considered beforehand. And when we get to work with these amazing mentees, we really get to start to open up those opportunities and have them really realise what their opportunities are and what their potential is. So mentoring is really important with the human connection, but that learning process is not just a one-way thing, it works both ways.
Those are some pretty inspiring projects, and they all began with a simple idea to respond to a social issue or problem. Don't forget that you can learn more about them when you do the iChange program for free.
I love that about social innovation. It gives you the tools to tackle a problem and build sustainable solutions. One tool is human-centered design. It's about hearing from everyone involved in the problem and working with them to design high-impact solutions.
Think that sounds amazing? Then the Social Innovation Studio Gladstone is for you. Every year, Big Thinking students are selected to design creative solutions for the community. Let's hear from a few of them now.
We all wish to belong. We all wish to be actively engaged. We all wish to be involved with the community that we live in. We all wish to be of value, and we all wish to be included.
The Social Innovation Studio is an opportunity for students to have social impact and do so in a way which is engaging and partnering with the community. And at the end of their experience here of 8 days of working and playing, they pitch their ideas to the community, and hopefully the partners that they're working with will think they're great, and the students will get to continue those projects from now until the end of June.
You know, there are a range of complex social issues that exist in the world, and the fact that our students get to firstly understand and look towards solving those problems or those issues is huge. But secondly, you know, they're empowering community organisations to kind of achieve their visions.
Our project partner is Agape. So Agape is basically a skincare product line, and the business is owned and operated by young adults with disabilities right here in Gladstone.
Agape gives the disabled young adults opportunity to work in the community.
The course attracted me primarily because we've just set up a not-for-profit in Bundaberg, so there's a group of Indigenous leaders that have come together, and we wanted to use our cultural knowledge to build businesses and industry. After I go back, the first thing I'm going to do is apply what I've learned here to this organisation now. We were partnered up with CQUini, it's a multicultural organisation in Gladstone.
What the group does is basically work around spreading positive messages about cultural diversity and multiculturalism. It's really, really beneficial for not just for us, but for the young people that work within our organisation.
And we're
giving change and changing lives within the community. It's, and having thanks from, people coming up to us and saying, thank you for being here, you're really helping us. It feels really good.
It's been absolutely fantastic working with the CQU students on the innovation project, and it's really helping us to hopefully move forward in the future.
CQ University has recently been accredited as the first changemaker university in Australia, in fact in Asia Pacific.
My biggest success that I have seen has come from what I've seen today, and it's been David, how I walked in with him in the car park, and he didn't walk with me, he walked about 6 metres ahead of me and he was ready for university.
I've lived all over Australia, internationally, and attended a lot of different campuses, different tertiary institutions. This has been by far the best because we're tangibly being involved in real businesses and real projects.
It is necessary for students to go out there and have some real life experience and work with communities and not-for-profit businesses. It's a great experience, and I would encourage everyone to be a part of it.
A butterfly flapping its wings can cause a cyclone on the opposite side of the world. So, a small change in how WIN works with their youth program can also have a similar effect on social cohesion and harmony within our community.
I'm really excited to see where social innovation is going to go at CQ University. We have big plans.
Programs like the studio are amazing. As a student, you get to work on real-life projects, collaborate with different people, and help support local communities. The Social Innovation Studio is on every year and open to students right across CQUni's programs and courses. We will love to see you there.
Now, CQUni has been committed to social innovation for a long time, but some of our change-making staff and former students have been doing it for even longer. It's time to hear from a star of social innovation at CQUni, an amazing academic who's created a whole new way of teaching to help nursing students build empathy and get innovative to increase the quality of care for their patients.
I've had the privilege of being here for 27 years here at the university, and during these 27 years I have seen such a difference in learning and teaching. I came here as an associate academic and then would move through and become a professor here at the university. In my career as a nursing academic, I started to realise that I had a passion for learning and teaching, and I wanted to do things differently. I would find myself totally embraced in the space of simulation and looking at ways that I could engage students and actually inspire them. And say, for example, Stan. Stan is a gentleman, 78 years of age. He has given up bowls because every Tuesday and every Thursday there are nursing classes, and he just works with the students.
Yeah, and I thoroughly enjoyed it because you've got to keep your legs going, they say. That's right. Daniel, you're on this morning. Oh my goodness, I'm pleased to see you, and I need a bit of a rest. I think I've got it. Did I tell you me victuals? You've got to take me victuals.
Vital signs,
yes. Now get me around. It's the way you listen to me and you actually show that you genuinely care. You clean your hands, darling. You wash your hands, the 5 moments of the hand hygiene.
Absolutely.
All right. That's it, darling.
Okay, let's
now the brakes are on.
I put the brakes on.
Yeah, the bed is the right height.
Bed's at the right height.
Keep me slippers on. I like me slippers to be left. And that's it. And you got to make sure that the fingers are nice and warm and that there's no nail polish on.
He has this level of wisdom that he's able to impart information to students in the most beautiful way.
I just get a bit emotional. What makes it special too is I'm very grateful to both of you. Thank you.
We're going to do your vital signs
Yes,
now.
all right. Today I miss my wife. I miss her very much. And she passed away 3 years ago today.
What was your wife's name?
Edie.
He's gentle, he's caring. He has this amazing vulnerability that allows students to connect with him. And so through that human connection, he creates a level of engagement and students remember. Never underestimate the power of a teacher on a learner's journey. Educate to inspire and dare to be different.
Professor Kerry Reid-Searle is definitely an innovation inspiration for everyone at CQUni.
But it's not only for academics. Every year, CQUni supports undergrad and postgrad teams to enter the Big Idea, a social enterprise competition for uni students across Australia.
And not to brag, but our students are pretty good at having big ideas that have a big impact.
The winner is the Shelter Project, Central Queensland University.
I'm passionate about social enterprise. It's something that I've always been interested in. It's something that I want to do. And I had an idea. I had the pallet house concept. I'd built one and I wanted to expand on that. I wanted to bring it into the social enterprise world and I wanted to create a business out of that idea.
I entered the Big Idea competition in 2014 because I thought our idea of the pallet house design would help improve the lives of disadvantaged individuals and those of disaster victims.
I entered the Big Idea competition in 2014 as a way to apply some engineering knowledge and skills to the social entrepreneurial field.
I gathered Jess and Matt together and we worked on the Shelter Project, which is a social enterprise which uses my pallet house idea. We modified the design to make it a flat pack model which could be implemented as disaster relief housing, which could be constructed by disadvantaged Australians.
My main aim was to learn everything about social enterprises and businesses. I think I also wanted to be able to test my knowledge that I learned in my engineering courses.
Uni students can have a massive impact on social issues. This Big Idea competition is a great means to get out there and to have an impact on social issues.
Congrats to all our winners, and I hope you're brimming with big ideas after watching that.
Stay tuned to Student News to apply for the Big Idea. CQUni would love to help you bring yours to life. And of course, social innovation continues beyond CQUni and into every part of life that needs positive change. Our alumni are proof of that. Let's take a look. That's just a few alumni who are making a difference, and that could be you too. As businesses and industries aim to increase their social capital, it seems like every workplace wants a social innovator, someone who can think creatively and work with communities to deliver a win-win solution.
So what's the best way to prove that that's you? Get some runs on the board. Check out CQUni Global Experiences. Plenty of these are built around social innovation, social enterprise, and designing solutions. Let's hear from some changemakers who have taken their passion global.
There is so much happening out there, and there is so much more to do.
Change starts at home, and it starts small. At CQUni, our student change champs are proof that we can all have an impact in our own community.
Hey, I'm Kat, your Brisbane Change Champ for the Office of Social Innovation. Change Champions are here to create fun and meaningful experiences that empower CQUni students to kickstart their change-making career. We run meetups, stalls, workshops, awareness campaigns and festivals. Social innovation can be on-the-ground projects, new business models, frameworks, or an awareness campaign like #ThinkAboutIt. The Change Champ team engaged with hundreds of students throughout our footprint, and many of them told us that the concept of social innovation just didn't make any sense, or they didn't know how or where to start. So as a response, we launched #ThinkAboutIt. #ThinkAboutIt is for you and I. It's an online campaign designed to raise awareness of social and environmental issues and inspire individuals to take action to make a positive change. So join in the movement. Get involved with social innovation at CQUni and #ThinkAboutIt.
Change Champs regularly hold events and activities for students across our campuses, so make sure you keep an eye out for one near you.
So no matter what your study pathway or career plans, social innovation gives you more opportunities, more connections, more skills, and the chance to make a difference.
Thanks for taking this first step in your changemaker journey. Let's give the final word to some of our students who have been exploring social innovation in one of our interactive workshops. And make sure you visit our website and our Facebook page to find out how you can change your world for good.
Today's workshop was brilliant. I loved it. It was majorly about the social changes we're going to make and the problems that everybody faces and how to deal with those problems. Tomorrow when I wake up, I'm going to think, okay, what changes am I making to society? Am I impacting someone else to make a change?
It was an awesome workshop. I managed to understand who I am and what's my abilities and how can I use these abilities to help other people.
Workshops like this helps me to understand myself. If I want to be successful and start something, I first need to understand myself, my strength, and where I want to go.
I interacted with many people. It started making me how to think. So it's a really good start to my career.
From this workshop today, I learned that we are part of a big picture. Changing the world is not just one person's effort. We need a collective impact. We need everyone's expertise and different perspectives.
Think out of your box, and then it makes you really open about yourself.
This workshop really challenged the assumption that I had. I have a more human-centered design approach right now. It really did kickstart my social change career.
I think all students must come for this because it's going to be life-changing.
Be a part of this workshop and it will be a huge thing for you.
Well done.